Warren Buffett said, "It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it." What's a real life example of this? The r/anti-work mod that did an interview with Fox News and completely tanked the sub's momentum almost overnight. Good, that was so unbelievably bad, but it was also exactly what I expected from a freaking Reddit mod. Edit. Yes, it's a lot sus. It was honestly so embarrassing that it made me wonder if Fox had paid them to put on the worst interview of all time. Overnight, I feel like it was tanked by the end of the interview. The TLDR is actually pretty hilarious. Fox invites a mod of the Reddit onto their show. The anchor simply asks, "What do you do for a living?" The mod explained that they work like maybe 4 hours a week as a part-time dog walker, with maybe aspirations to be a teacher in philosophy one day. Anti-work did all of the above, and some splinter subreddits formed because the mods kept being idiots. r/work reform being one of many. But Fox News got what it wanted. The Great Resignation was in full force at the time, and anti-work was just a place for all these workers who got shafted over and over again to voice their frustrations. The problem is, the mods thought of themselves as leaders of a movement, and not, members of an internet forum with just an inch more power. There was a PC building company earlier this year that disqualified a prize winner because the company owner thought the winner's social media presence was too weak. Not fake, mind you, just not popular enough to be worth sponsoring. You're forgetting the follow-up to that. After the fallout and bad press ramped up, he then fired all of his staff over chat and cancelled the majority of their final salary checks, along with all of the builds they were working on, and rejected all of the refunds that people requested when they heard the news. I'm still waiting for Gamers Nexus to deliver what I'm guessing is going to be an exhaustive dive on that whole debacle. Not only that, it blew the lid off the fact that they were using parts of subpar quality, as people who had bought from them before cracked open their builds to find things like third-party hardware with artificial throttles installed. They were ripping off their customers, but nobody clued in until the scandal broke. Gerald Ratner. At one time, Ratners were a nationwide chain of jewelry shops in the UK. They were known as an affordable jewelry shop. In 1991, he was a guest at the Institute of Directors and made a speech where he called the stuff sold by his shops total crap. A popular range of earrings was described as being cheaper than a prawn sandwich, and compounded it by saying the prawn sandwich would last longer. Shares in the company dropped like a stone, and he was fired by the majority company shareholders. They just rebranded as Signet and are one of the world's largest jewelers. It badly hurt the stock at the time, but it was very temporary. The PR chick traveling to South Africa, who tweeted something like, "Heading to Africa, hope I don't get AIDS. Just kidding, I'm white," turned her phone off for the flight, and by the time she turned it on when she landed, it had gone viral, and, if memory serves, she had already lost her job. Edit. Quite a few people commenting that she must be awful at her job, and or she should have known better. 1. In the earlier days of social media, it was reasonably expected that your posts would remain private among your network. This is one of the first cases of a non-celebrity post going viral and being publicly shamed for it. There was no precedent. Bad judgment, of course, but 2013 and 2022 are very different times. 2. Her ability to craft effective corporate communications is not diminished by the poor judgment mentioned above that she exercised once. Presumably, she was hired by other firms, and perhaps rehired by her old firm, not because of her fame, but because she was actually skilled at what she does. Yet, if I remember correctly, it spread so fast that when she landed, there were already people at the airport waiting to give her shit for it. I was just reading a story about how a police officer with a perfect career ruined everything by buying donuts and scanning a barcode for a carrot to make it cheaper. Lost his job for that. Real thing apparently. The UK cop paid 7 pence, 9 cents for a 7.75 pound, $9.50 box of donuts. Stealing donuts is the most stereotypical corrupt cop crime. We had a beloved band instructor at our high school. He worked there for years, and everyone thought he was a great guy. He went to a band camp car wash fundraiser and decided to jerk off to the girls washing his car while he was in it. In the matter of a few moments, his life was ruined. Edit. The fact that so many people are saying if it was this or that incident in their hometown is really sad. It looks like this disgusting behavior is way more common than I imagined. The CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch, when he said something like, "I want cool people to wear our clothes, not fat people," when asked why they didn't carry any plus-sized clothes for women. The term cancelled wasn't really a thing back in 2013, but man did A&F get cancelled hard after that. The funniest part about this to me is that the guy looked like Gollum, but had the nerve to call other people unattractive. Michael Richards, who played Kramer in Seinfeld, ruined his image, literally in 5 minutes, when he lost his cool and went on a racist rant. Yeah, he did a very stupid thing, and he won't be getting any acting gigs anytime soon. He will live comfortably off Seinfeld royalties for the rest of his life. The people from Seinfeld that are receiving royalties are Jerry and Larry David, though the other actors weren't able to get royalties. Jared from Subway started his career with a mild cholesterol problem, ended his career because he has a child molesтерol problem. I always liked he spent his whole life trying to get into smaller pants. Haven't seen Lance Armstrong's name yet. Scientists studied his body for years to find the cause of his incredible performance, just to have him openly admit to using steroids. Lemon called it out for years, and everyone said he was just being grumpy. He made the very real point. You can look at the wattage everyone was putting out, and there were clear steps in that chart where drugs came into the picture. Lot more than that. Lemon simply responded to a question about Lance winning the Tour with something like, "If he isn't doping, he is the greatest cyclist ever." What happened? Armstrong went out of his way to try and ruin Le Monde. He got Trek Bicycle to stop doing the Le Monde line of bicycles. That's about, no joke, $20 million. He tried to start rumors that Greg doped and had a drug and alcohol problem. He threatened him and his wife over the phone and was recorded doing so. He even made the Tour de France disinvite him to the Legends dinner they hold every year. Probably an oddball answer from my stupid knowledge of YouTube drama, but Austin Jones. Pretty boy musician type, proper 2010 Justin Bieber cut and everything, whose long-running career racked him up a not unreasonable 1.6 million subscribers, if memory serves. Then videos of him teaching little girls how to twerk got out, among him doing other things with little girls. You'll be happy to know he's in jail now.